Good morning. You're listening to WIFO-FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio, 105.5 FM. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.
Are you looking for an insurance company that you can call and talk to a live person? Are you looking for an insurance company where you can walk in and talk to an agent? Are you looking for an insurance company that offers multiple companies so they can try and get you the best rate? If you said yes to any of these, then you need to call or come by O'Quinn & Associates Insurance Financial Services. We offer multiple companies so we can find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 385-1000 or stop by our office at 212 South Fair Street right here in Jessup.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jessup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner specials. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to the barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the Big Dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
Hi, I'm Raymond Brown.
And I'm Mandy Yeomans. At First Southern Bank, our customers are like family. As a locally owned community bank, we're dedicated to helping our clients succeed.
We have loans for every need, whether it's personal or business. We have lines of credit, auto loans, equipment loans, and of course, we offer mortgages. Stop by our bank or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
The world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. And Bob, we got a special guest in this morning here.
Well, we already mentioned on the news that Odum Day's being canceled, so Cheyenne's here, but it's going to be pushed back a couple weekends, so she's here with all the details.
Cheyenne, go ahead. Good morning.
Good morning.
I bet you tired.
A little bit.
You look tired. I'm sure you got to coordinate and all that with all the vendors and everybody involved, but tell us what's going on.
So everything has been pushed back to October 15th. Everything for Odum Day event-wise is still planned. Still going to go on. Just the date has been moved to October 15th.
Okay, not the 1st, but the 15th.
Right.
Okay, so 2 weeks on that, but you've talked to the vendor. I mean, you got so many moving elements with Odum Day, from the people who participate in it, the people who come there, people who have art and crafts booths, the kid booths and all that. That's just amazing how you were able to coordinate all that together.
It was a lot of phone calls. A lot of phone calls yesterday, and our kids zone blow up toys and everything. That the 15th was the only day that we could get them. Our golf carts was the only weekend we can get them. Majority.
What are the golf carts?
Our golf carts, we rent them from Mike Douglas.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
so
all right, rentals.
Yeah, we rent them. And then everything for vendors and entertainers, we had to call them and just ask them if the 15th was still going to work, and all of them said yes.
Good.
So we are very thankful that we have a majority of our vendors, all of our entertainment, our kids' blow-ups, everything will be there for the 15th.
All right, so 2 week delay. No Odum Day this Saturday, 2 Saturdays on October 15th. How did it go last night?
It went really good.
Tell folks what happened last night.
Last night we had our a reception for our Grand Marshal, Miss Andrea Willis. She's the Odum Elementary School Teacher of the Year. And our parade Grand Marshal, and then we also had our outstanding teen, Maggie Sluter. So we had a reception to honor both of them last night, and we had a really good crowd. and a really good evening. So
Okay.
it was very nice.
All right. So everything's been moved to the 15th for Odum Day. The church service is going to be that evening also
Yes.
on the 15th?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we won't really see any difference other than just 2-week delay.
Right. Everything is going to be exactly the same, just in 2 weeks.
Okay. Appreciate the T-shirt, the official Odum Day T-shirt here. And it's a nice, is this the color?
That is the color.
That color, it's got like a dark gray. Yeah, it's a dark gray. Looks, I mean, it goes with anything.
Yes.
Dark gray does. And so no matter what kind of pants you wear with them, it says, enjoy the Southern things. Enjoy the Southern things, the 47th annual Odum Homecoming, and a big picture inside of it of a old pickup, one of them old style pickups with bales of hay and pumpkins around there, and got to have a dog in the back of the pickup there.
Of course.
And is that apples right there?
I think so.
No,
yeah.
apples, and then you got the water tower there. So a good-looking T-shirt. These are available at City Hall in Odum?
They are. They're $15 each, and we just got a new order in yesterday. So we are fully stocked on T-shirts from kids extra small all the way to adult 4X.
Okay. Anything else we need to know other than the fact that Odum Day has been delayed from this Saturday to October 15th?
Nope. We're still taking vendor applications and parade applications, so you can get those in at any time to Odum City Hall.
Okay. So if you put it off and didn't get into this weekend, you can be a vendor or entry into a parade.
Yes.
So go ahead and call the Odum City Hall and get set up for that and enjoy it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bob, any questions or comments for Cheyenne this morning?
Well, appreciate the T-shirt. Appreciate you letting us know what's going on.
Of course, of course.
All right. Well, go get some rest.
Thank you.
If y'all could see her face, you can just see tired, just tattooed across her forehead there. All right. 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. We got Congressman Betty Carter called in just a few moments. So we'll return with the Butch and Bob Show in 60 seconds.
It's time for fall fun at Popple Farms in Odum. Get ready to catch a hay wagon ride to the pumpkin patch, visit our petting farm, chug along on our famous cow train, get lost in our 10-acre maze, or dare take a stroll through our haunted woods. Come see why we've been voted one of the best agritourism events in Georgia. Opening Saturday, October 1st, and every Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday through October. Visit us online at popplefarms.com or follow us on Facebook.
Popple's harvesting family memories.
WIFO and WLOP have an opening for a sales and marketing representative. We need a highly motivated person, someone who's willing to be trained to help local and area businesses increase their sales through effective radio advertising and marketing. Resumes can be dropped off here at our studios at 2420 Waycross Highway in Jessup or email to cwhubbard@bellsouth.net. Jessup Broadcasting, an equal opportunity employer. 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. We continue on with the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on this 29th day of September, this Thursday morning. Bob, boy, Florida got pounded, didn't they? Whoa, man, seeing those pictures and video. Yeah, a lot of those folks who decided to stay and to hunker down, many of them said they didn't make the right decision at all.
So far, I hadn't heard any loss of life, which is good news, but there's a lot of damage down there.
Yeah, a lot of damage and been downgraded. Ian's been downgraded to a tropical storm, and will be heading off the coast of Florida today, and then heading north and hopefully more northeast. The more northeast it goes, the better we are. And it's projected to hit the South Carolina, and make landfall again on Friday night in South Carolina.
Talking to Donnie Ray, he says tomorrow could be a rough day for us with a lot of rain, a lot of heavy winds, a lot of gusts. So,
right,
you know how it is in Wayne County, a lot of pine trees, a lot of, when those high winds and gusts comes, that's the problem. You got to worry about loss of power, things like that. But it's supposed to roll in tonight. Friday's supposed to be the bad day, and it's supposed to get out here Saturday morning. So,
okay. Somebody texted in, is there anywhere you can get sandbags here in Wayne County and Jessup? Yeah. Go get you some bags, put sand in them.
I have no idea.
I don't know of any official place where they made sandbags. I've never known that here. I know that you see that in some places, especially in Florida and places like that, or along the coast. They'll have a place where they go ahead and start making them up because they know what's coming in. But I guess you're just gonna have to make up your own if you want sandbags. I've never had to make up sandbags, but yeah, it's better to prepare because it will get a little. I just went. It's so much windier outside right now than it was when I got here about 5:20 this morning, and that will pick up throughout the day and get worse tonight and bad tomorrow. But the good news is by late Friday night, we should just be cloudy, a little breezy with a 40% chance of showers, just a slight chance of showers early Saturday morning, and then mostly sunny on Saturday, starting mid-morning all the way through the weekend. So it ought to be a pretty decent weekend, and start drying this stuff up, and hopefully there won't be much damage that we have to repair over the weekend.
That's the hope, anyway.
That's the hope. That's the hope. Everybody get out there and just, do your best. Let's just we can get that hurricane to go out further east in the Atlantic. The further it goes out, the better off we are. But boy, that was some major damage down there. It's just heartbreaking to see the kind of carnage it caused down there for the folks in Florida, and we hope they have the feds are supposed to get down there soon. State officials are supposed to get down there because it's moved on out. Now they can go in safely and start rescuing people and starting cleaning things up. All right, here we go. We do have someone that sells sandbags. We at Murphy's, I guess Murphy's Builder Supply, sold sandbags 200 yesterday. We ordered more, but they won't get here until sometime tomorrow. So, Murphy Builder Supply. Well, appreciate you letting us know there, Jennifer. Thank you very much. Down there at a sponsor of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, Murphy Builder Supply, sold 200 sandbags yesterday. And wish we'd have known that in advance. Of course, they sold them out, so it didn't matter if we advertised or not. And they will get some more in tomorrow. So that person who wants sandbags, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow morning if you want them already made up for you. And you do. Have you ever watched an assembly line of sandbaggers putting sand in bags? That's a lot of work. And if you have to do it by yourself, I don't know if you could do it by yourself. You got to have somebody holding the bag and somebody shoveling, and then you got to have a big, huge pile of sand. Yeah. So they will have some more tomorrow at Murphy Builder Supply. As far as I know, most all businesses that I know of, none of them have texted in yet or called in or anything. It's better to text in if you can to let us know whether you're going to be open or closed or whatever. Today I knew everybody would be normal, okay? Because today is one of those days where, you may have to leave early in the afternoon and close up, but tomorrow is going to be really the bad day here for Southeast Georgia. So as far as we know, most businesses are still operating as normally today. Now about tomorrow, we'll pass that information along if they text us into us, or you can just call them up before you head that way. You can always text in information you want the public to know about. Text it into our main business line at 912-427-3711. Whatever you want to talk to us about, you can text it in at 912-427-3711. We're waiting for Congressman Buddy Carter to call in. He requested some time this morning to talk about the situation with the hurricane, now tropical storm Ian, and maybe some other subjects. So he should be called in any moment. As soon as that phone rings, I will play an ad and get the congressman on the phone with us, and we'll have him here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. Did you say Long County Blue Tide played last night?
We lost to Savannah Christian.
Okay. So the Blue Tide having a successful season, just not last night.
Savannah Christian's good.
They're good.
Football.
Yeah, Savannah Christian, they recruit good there. Savannah Christian. And so it's good to see them doing well. And as far as we know, Georgia Southern is going to be playing as scheduled, even though the hurricane, now tropical storm, is heading their way where they're going to be playing. It's supposed to make landfall tomorrow night in the Carolinas. Matter of fact, it seems like most weather sources say it's going to be around the Beaufort-Hilton Head area, around the Hilton Head, that area. And, of course, as you well know, it could go further up. It could go in. You just don't know. But that's projected right now. And coastal Carolina is about 30, 40 miles inland from Myrtle Beach. And so the storm's heading right to where they're going to be playing. And Georgia Southern is scheduled to play Saturday with the kickoff at 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock on Saturday. And our coverage will begin at 2 o'clock right here on 105.5 FM with the pregame, the kickoff at 4 o'clock. So Georgia Southern, 3-1, taking on Coastal Carolina, undefeated, 4-0. Big game for both teams coming up this Saturday up there in Conway, South Carolina. So hopefully they can get it in, but we'll see. 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. Just looking at this phone over here, getting ready for it to ring for the Congressman Betty Carter to call in. And, there we go. All right, we're going to play a 60-second ad, and we'll be back with the Congressman in just a moment.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
Yeah, once again, you're tuned to the world famous Butch and Bob show. On the phone with us is Congressman Buddy Carter. He wanted to talk about getting ready for this storm and the after effects, what kind of federal and state agencies can help out in case of need. So, Buddy, always good to have you on the phone. Tell us what you want us to know.
Well, Bob, obviously we need to take this seriously. We've seen what has happened in Florida. This is a very serious storm. As it comes out of the land in the area of Florida and goes back into the ocean, it's expected to pick up some more strength, and then it's going to hit the coast of Georgia and South Carolina. That's why we need to be concerned. Yeah, it's been downgraded to a tropical storm, but this is still very serious. I think what we're going to witness the most in our area is going to be obviously rainfall, flooding, and high winds. So we need to be prepared for that. And I want everybody to understand that certainly we're praying for everyone down in Florida and what has happened down there, but we're also praying for us here. And from what I've seen, the storm surge is the biggest and threat that we need to be concerned with here. That's why everyone needs to be prepared. We need to check in with our neighbors, our friends, our loved ones. We need to have a go-to kit ready and handy with, food, water, and a flashlight, all the necessary things. This is not our first rodeo. We've been through this before, so sometimes we kind of get nonchalant about it, but we need to be prepared because all of these can be very, very serious. GMA, the Georgia Emergency Management Agency, of course, is on the scene, so they're going to be ready to go. The governor has activated National Guard troops, and they're ready to help us and assist. Georgia Power and all of the power companies are ready to go as well, but we need to be prepared and follow the directions. I want everybody to know if you want to go to our website, it's buddycarter.house.gov. There's a big banner at the top that'll take you to our hurricane page. It'll give you all the information, all the phone numbers, everything you need.
Could you repeat that once again? Repeat that once again, the website?
The website is buddycarter.house.gov.
Okay.
And again, there's a big banner at the top, and that'll give you a link to the hurricane page. But, we don't need to panic, but we need to be prepared. And there is a big difference. And we, as I said before, we've been through this. We know what to do, but we've just got to make sure that we do it and follow through and look out for each other. And I want to encourage everyone, if you need us, our offices are open. Our Brunswick office is 265-9010. Our Savannah office is 352-0101.
Imagine a lot of insurance companies are going to be busy the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, they are. And poor Florida, poor Tampa, man, they took a big hit. And what a mess they've got down there. But we need to, as I say, this thing's going to pick up strength again when it gets out on the open waters. And I don't know whether it'll get back to hurricane strength, but it's going to be a very serious tropical storm. And flooding and storm surge, those are big concerns for us.
Yeah, these storms are so unpredictable. I saw in the news, the people in Florida that were targeted, they told them to evacuate, and a lot of them evacuated to Orlando, and now Orlando's getting pounded. So you can't win in these situations. I mean, it's hard to know where to go.
It is hard to know where to go, and of course, a lot of people from Florida come up to South Georgia. And we had a conference probably about a month ago with all the emergency personnel in the 1st Congressional District, and it was in Glenn County. It was a great meeting. We had, of course, the people from Wayne County. They do such a great job. They were there as well. But, everyone coordinating, everyone talking, all of our counties working together, helping each other out. We're very fortunate to have great emergency personnel in our district. So I'm very confident they're going to be there when we need them. But at the same time, we need to be prepared, and we need to be checking on our pets, checking on our friends, our neighbors, our loved ones, just making sure everybody's okay.
And another problem these storms bring are tornadoes. I know we experienced that a couple years ago. The city of Scriven got hit hard with a tornado. I know you remember that because you were on hand after that came through. But that's another part of these tropical storms you got to be worried about as well.
Absolutely, and as you have the cold air from the north coming in with the warm air coming up from the south, and that creates the environment for tornadoes, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. So we need to be prepared, and please, if you have a hurricane warning or hurricane watch, take cover. Make sure that you're taking this seriously, because this is very serious.
Yeah, and people just, as you mentioned, they need to be prepared. They need to be stocked up on food, water. So you need batteries in case the power goes out. That's going to be the big issue is power outages. That's when it gets kind of difficult for people that are in homes.
It is going to be a big challenge. And, one of the things that was brought out during our conference that I mentioned with the emergency management is that a lot of these people from Florida are coming up from to South Georgia, and a lot of them are driving electric vehicles. And, we don't have charging stations in a lot of the rural areas. So we're going to have a problem there. You need to make sure that your cars are gassed up, of course, and, we don't need to have, again, we don't want to panic, but we just want to be prepared. And there's a big difference in being prepared and panicking.
And on the phone with us, Congressman Buddy Carter. Again, as you mentioned, you've got your office is open in case that people need that. Go ahead and give those numbers again, and also that website again with a lot of information.
Okay. The Brunswick office is 265-9010, 265-9010, and the Savannah office is 352-0101, 352-0101. The website is buddycarter.house.gov, buddycarter.house.gov. And then there's a big banner at the top, and that'll take you to the hurricane page.
Are you calling in from Washington or at home in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Or in Savannah?
No, I'm in Washington right now.
Y'all trying to pass a budget, right?
We're trying to pass a continuing resolution, hopefully today, that'll get us through until December the 16th. And if we don't get it done by Friday night, then the government shuts down. So we got to get this done.
I'm curious. They had the Braves at the White House last week. Were you invited?
And I was there.
Oh, you were there?
As a matter of fact.
How'd that go?
It was Monday of this week.
How
it
was
was great. It was great. We had 2 Democratic representatives and myself. We had representing the Republicans. So it was bipartisan. And the Braves were here. They did great. Just great to see them all at the White House. And then we were able to go to the game Monday night, and they were victorious, of course. And they lost last night, but so we're one game behind. We got to make up one game this weekend.
And I saw where the press secretary then stepped in it, talking about the Braves' name and the tomahawk chop and all that good stuff. So.
Yeah, just ridiculous. Fortunately, I had already left by then, so I didn't have to control myself.
We're 6 weeks.
You had to control yourself.
We're 6 weeks. I don't know if you've seen the ad, but I love the ad where they're trying to blame the governor for the game, the All-Star game being moved out of Atlanta. I don't think Governor Kemp had much to do with that, did he? Wasn't that a Washington decision?
Stacey Abrams did. Well, it was Major League Baseball at the encouragement of Stacey Abrams. I mean, she penned an op-ed in USA Today a week before saying that boycotts work.
Yeah, it sounds like history revision, as we've seen so much lately in the last few years.
Absolutely.
We're about 6 weeks away from the election. Like the November 8th is going to be here. A lot of important elections. I know you've got a race. You're out still campaigning. How's the campaign going for you?
It's good. We've been throughout the district meeting with people, and, of course, the things that they're concerned about and they've been telling us about is inflation, price of gas, price of groceries, price of everything is up right now. Inflation at 40-year high, 8.3%. I mean, you know, and who does that impact the most? It especially impacts the people on fixed incomes. I mean, if you get a 4% increase, but inflation's at 8.5%, you know, you're still losing big time. And that's what people are talking about. They're talking about inflation. They're talking about crime. They're talking about the southern border and how we need to secure our border. It's all about kitchen table issues. That's what people are concerned about right now.
I don't see how a person can be commander-in-chief, which is the main job of the president. Of course, there's a lot of other duties he has, but commander-in-chief and just allow, you know, basically billions of people just to walk across the river and come into the country and say it's okay. When they're doing that, they're breaking federal laws that were passed by the Congress and signed by presidents in the past, and just ignoring those laws and allow folks to come in here, which is bringing and the thing about it is that not only is it bringing a lot of problems, you, me, and every other taxpayer here in America is paying for their upkeep.
Absolutely, and I've been down to the border. I've been there 5 times since I've been in office, and this president has never been to the border. And, of course, the vice president is on record as saying that we have a secure border. She must be going to a different border than I'm going to. The one I've been to, it's not secure. And the one I see on TV, it's not secure.
Yeah, and the drugs and the criminals are just coming across just unchecked.
And those drugs, it's unbelievable. I will tell you, Butch, I was at a town hall meeting a couple of weeks ago down in McIntosh County, and I misspoke, and I called it fentanyl addiction. And a mother who lost a son corrected me, and she was right, and I was wrong. And she said, it's not fentanyl addiction, it's fentanyl poisoning. Her son had taken 1 pill, and it killed him.
Wow.
1 pill.
It's just amazing how that can be such a big crisis, and certain leaders in this country just got their head down in the sand saying, we ain't got no problem down there. They need to spend a few days down there and talk to the folks that are on the boots on the ground down there and to see what's going on.
Absolutely. They need to go down there and see it firsthand. You're right.
Before I let you go, but I want to ask you about the war in Ukraine. There's a lot of worry that Putin's been backed into a corner. It hasn't gone how he wanted it to go, and they're afraid he may use chemical weapons. Are you fearful of that? And if that happens, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, if that happens, then the world is upside down. And, yes, we have been warned of that Putin is looking at using chemical weapons and using nuclear weapons. And if that happens, then God help us all, because that's going to open the door for, obviously, retaliation, and we will certainly have to do something. And I'm just hoping that diplomatically, perhaps we can work something out before it reaches that point. But when you wound someone, a wounded animal like Putin, then you just don't know what he's going to do.
How's his health doing? I know that when the war first started, they're talking about his bad health, but I haven't heard that in the last few weeks. Do you know, as a congressman?
No. In the security briefings that we've had, there's been no indication about his health, whether it was good or bad. And there's been no mention of it at all. But the mention of the nuclear weapons and the possible use of that has come up, and that is something that our intelligence and that our military leaders are very, very concerned about.
And when you see all these war crimes that he's committed, do you think he'll ever be held accountable for that?
Yes, he will, and I do think that, especially when Republicans get back in the majority, that is one thing that we're going to push for is oversight into that, and we're going to be pushing the military to move forward on that and not to just turn a blind eye to it.
Okay. We appreciate you being here on the show again one more time. The numbers of your office, if people need help after this storm comes through.
Number and website.
Okay. Yeah, Brunswick, 265-9010, 265-9010. and then Savannah 352-0101, 352-0101, and then the website, buddycarter.house.gov, buddycarter.house.gov, and then there's a big banner at the top, and that'll get you to the hurricane page if you just click on it.
Okay.
Okay, we'll just keep our fingers crossed that storm keeps moving away from us, and hopefully the damage will be as little as possible here in this Wayne County area. But again, as you mentioned, everybody needs to be prepared because you just don't know how these storms are going to come through and what kind of damage they're going to cause. So we do appreciate you being here on the show.
Okay, Bob. Thank y'all. Thank you, Butch.
Take care, Congressman. Congressman Buddy Carter here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. Well, Bob, any final words of wisdom this morning before we head out of the show?
Just stay safe.
Stay safe. All right. 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.